Hi everyone. Thank you so much. I've been thinking a lot lately about the Me Too movement and sexual harassment because it's been in the news so much lately, and frankly, it is a big problem in our society. But I think the big problem is that the harassment is always directed at younger women. I mean, I just turned 51 and nobody's harassing me. In fact, I have not been properly sexually harassed for 15 years at least. So forget this hashtag Me Too. I'm coming out with hashtag What About Me? I mean, at work, it's incredibly frustrating. Men, they come into my office and they always want to talk substance with me, and then they look into my eyes. I'm like, hey, eyes down. I mean, my boobs are down here. It's just so rude. But that's kind of what it's like being a middle-aged woman. You feel like you've sort of missed out on a lot of these sort of, phenomenons that are going on, cultural phenomenons. Sort of like with dating, because I dated in the 90s before the age of the smartphones. So there are a lot of experiences I missed out on. For example, I never got a dick pic when I was dating in the 90s, which I guess kind of makes sense because to send someone a dick pic in the 90s, that would have been a lot of work. It would have been a huge effort. I mean, think about it. You would have had to use an actual camera to take a picture of your dick, and then you would have had to bring the film somewhere to get it developed, like a CVS, or I think back then it was a People's Drugstore. And then hopefully you were at the end of your roll of film. Otherwise, you would be stuck with 24 pictures of your dick, which I guess you could keep in your file cabinet with that accordion folder with the label Dick Pics for future use. And then after the film was developed, you'd get out your envelope and you could address your envelope and put the picture in and put a stamp on it and drop it in the mailbox. I mean, at that point, it probably would be easier for the guy to just drive over to my house and show me his dick in person, which strangely enough is how I met my husband. I've been married for 18 years, and I have a 12-year-old son. Thank you. And I am a little bit jealous of my husband because I think that it is much easier to be a really good dad than a good mom. Like, the standards are much lower for the dads. I mean, to be a good dad, you basically just need to come home at night, have a job, and be involved in like one activity with your kids, and you're like, awesome. Moms, on the other hand, are expected to do everything else, plus you have to do like an extra 15 things to facilitate the dad's one activity. And nobody ever calls the dad when there's a problem. They know that he's really busy with that one activity. He's really maxed out. And especially for me, because I do not have like a natural maternal instinct. A lot of my friends were actually surprised that I had a child, and when I had my son, I didn't get that feeling of joy that I thought you're supposed to feel when you have a baby. Luckily, I did get that feeling later. The first time he went to sleepaway camp, oh my God, incredible joy, it's fantastic. But it's really fun. It's really fun having a kid. It does involve a lot of compromises. Religion is sort of a complicated issue in our household. I was raised Jewish and my husband was raised Catholic. So we had to work out a solution for that, which we did. We do nothing. It works out really well. So like on Saturday, we don't go to temple. and then on Sunday we don't go to church. So it's great. I love it. I love it. My mother was not that happy with it. She thought that my son should have some kind of religion in his life. So I started sending him to this Baptist church near our house for summer camp, which I think is kind of important. Not because of the religion, though. The camp is really, really cheap. Because camps are crazy expensive, and as a good Jew, I feel like if I can save a couple $100s a week by sending my son to a Baptist camp, praise Jesus. Anyway, thank you guys.